Wow. Hey everybody, Bill and Deb.
Hi there.
Well, we'd be pulling out of here before too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little less than a week, actually.
Yeah, we've been spending time here with friends down about 30 miles south of Tallahassee, visiting with good friends. And while we were here visiting with some good friends that allowed us to mooch dock here, we had other friends that came to visit at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah, so we've been
doing lots of gabbing. There's little else, but we've been gabbing.
been eating some good...
And eating.
Yeah, eating too much, as usual. But in this area, we've also went on a few bike rides on a beautiful trail that runs from just the southern edge of Tallahassee down to St. Mark's. We talked about it a little bit before.
Right.
In another video, and we've been on that trail twice, and we're going to try to hit it one more time before we pull out.
Yes.
And we'll have a surprise.
Yes.
On that particular video. And since we're really not that far, about an hour away or so from St. George Island, right?
Yes.
Isn't that about right?
That's exactly
right. And Deb has reminded me that the whole time we've been down here in Florida, she has yet to go spend any time at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I need to see the ocean waves.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've been corrected on that. That is not the ocean, that's the Gulf.
The Gulf of Mexico. It looks like the ocean to me when we're standing there on
It tastes like the ocean, it looks like the ocean, but it's the Gulf.
Yeah.
So
and,
get it straight.
And why do you have to go to the ocean and swim in the ocean?
Because I'm part mermaid. Yeah. I'm drying all up. My mermaid scales are going away. I'm in bad shape.
Okay. I think I need to take her. What do you think?
I think so too.
So we're going to run down to St. George Island here and spend the day. It won't be, and it's real nice that it's not that far away. And then, of course, we'll be moving over to Alabama for a few days to visit a friend again. That's been after us to come and spend time with him for the last 3 years.
Yes.
So we're going to go by and spend a little time with one of our faithful followers over there. And then from there, we move into Louisiana for a little bit. And then we start slowly working our way back towards Northwest Arkansas, arriving back in Northwest Arkansas roughly around the middle of May.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. We have a grandson that's graduating.
High school
graduation. So we got to be there in time for that, take care of business, and then our plan is to travel north, you know, on up towards Indiana, places up in there, and see some things we haven't seen.
Exactly.
And show you all the places we go along the way, right?
That's the plan.
Yeah. But anyway, what we thought we would do right now is give you a quick update on our T-Mobile internet that we picked up. How long has it been now? About a month and a half?
Probably 6-8 weeks.
Yeah, okay. And when we first picked it up, we were using it out in the country, not too far from a small town called Melrose, Florida. A lot of you might be familiar with Melrose. Technically, the address was Hawthorne, Florida, but Melrose is actually closer. That's when we went in to get something local. We went into Melrose, but still, we were way out. We were not way out in the country, but we were out in the country.
Right.
Yeah. And there, the thing worked fantastic.
We got good internet service there. We was able to stream inside this trailer. We was able to, of course, make phone calls and email and text and... Did I say stream? You
did say stream. Yeah. You can say it again if you want to, though, because it was just so nice to be able to finally pull up Netflix and not have to worry about trying to download our favorite shows during the day.
Plus, there's a lot more options.
And, and you get to see a lot, because you can't, even though we have Netflix, well, I don't know if it's do you have to have Netflix Premium to be able to download? You know?
It's a step up, whatever that is.
Right. Even so, you cannot download everything available on Netflix. So when we were in areas where we didn't have decent service to stream, of course, we would have to go to a sweet spot, download into our phones, and then stream screen mirror on into the TV, you know, in the evening. So it was wonderful to be able to stream. We caught up on a lot of shows that we like.
Yep.
I'm a Trekkie, so I started catching up on my Star Trek stuff with Paramount and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, it worked fantastic. Then when we moved over to Ichetuckney Family Canoe and Cabins, which is where we had the rendezvous.
Right.
Yeah. There we were outside a small town called Fort White, Florida. And, you know, when we're out, the Fort White area right in there is about as rural as it can get in Florida.
It's rural.
Yeah. Now, we knew that when we were there in the past, that we knew that we didn't have very good service there. But of course,
on our phones.
Yeah, on our phones. And it wasn't just us. We're with T-Mobile. People with Verizon, same thing.
Yeah.
AT&T, same thing. So service is just not that good in that area. But when we hooked up our T-Mobile internet there, we could stream YouTube of a morning.
Yeah, but in the afternoon, no way.
Right. It got to where you couldn't stream anything in the afternoon, but we could stream YouTube of a morning. However, we still had enough download speeds where we could still go ahead and download our favorite nighttime shows, like from Netflix. What were we watching then? Mainly just Netflix.
Mainly just Netflix.
But we could still download some of our favorite shows with our phones in the trailer. We had enough download speeds to do that.
It was slow, but it would do it.
Right. And then we could go ahead and stream or screen mirror to our TV and at least be able to watch stuff that way. But
to us, the main thing was we could do emails.
Exactly.
We could get emails. We could get text from the children.
Yes.
So they knew that we were still alive.
While laying in our bed.
While laying in bed, we could research things. You just couldn't do video very well.
So, and we know that service is going to vary from one spot to the next.
Exactly.
You know, now like I say, we have T-Mobile, and most of our travels, of course, have been in the eastern half of the country, and it's going to be that way for a little while longer before we start heading west. But we're
barely going west.
Yeah, that's true.
Texas is west.
Yeah, I know, but that's still east of the. Is Texas east of the Mississippi?
No.
You're right.
No.
We're going to be in Texas, and it's
I'm going to get him
west
a map.
of the Mississippi.
We need to go back to
geography
geography
all
class.
right, goodness. But we know that we're going to be places where we won't have any service. But in our travels in the past, which is the point that I was trying to make, usually when we're at these spots where we have no service with our T-Mobile, guess what? People that have Verizon and AT&T have no service, little or no service there as well, you know, so far. And, you know, we've been to areas where it's fairly remote, you know, quite a ways from a decent town. But we've learned how to search for sweet spots. We have an app, or I use the app. It's called Open Signal. And you can find it in your Play Store. It's real easy to go find it. It's simply called Open Signal. And it will tell you what kind of upload speed you have, what kind of download speed you have, and it will also tell you what direction your particular tower is at. So go look for that in the Play Store, Google Play Store. That's called Open Signal, and you know, see what you can find, see how it works for you.
Now, where we're at now?
Yes. You couldn't ask for anything better.
It's
we're tickled to death.
Working very well.
Yeah.
We can stream inside. We can, of course, phone calls, text, look up stuff. It's working really, really well.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a metal building here that we call the compound that we all meet in. And in the past, we had zero service in there with our cell phones. Now, inside the metal building, which is shocking because this is in the window, we're able to, we even gave our password to
to our friends who had Verizon, because they couldn't seem to get anything in the metal building. And it's strange because where the thing is sitting right now, it's sitting in our window right here.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the window there. But it evidently projects quite a Wi-Fi signal outside the window as well as inside the trailer.
The back.
Yeah,
So,
and it amplifies the signal coming in too. So that's what helps with everything. But before, like Deb was saying, we've been here before, and before we couldn't get anything on our
nothing
phones.
inside here.
But now, when we're hooked up to this, even sitting in that metal building over there, we get fantastic service. And
so far, we're happy with it.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Tickled to death. Now we know.
Yes, we do
know. Because we've been down these roads so many times before. We know we're going to find places where it won't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We know that.
But I'll just about bet you those places that we find, we're going to find that other people have issues as well, with other services.
So, as we go along in different areas, we'll try to give you a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
But we have been very pleased because we didn't have this much expectation.
Yeah.
We had this much, and now we're getting this much.
Yeah.
And so we're happy.
So we've had excellent, still our upload speeds aren't good enough to go live. We've been hoping that we would have good enough upload speeds to go live from inside the trailer. But we know of some spots that we're going to be at here before too awful long where we will have enough upload speeds easily to go live. So we're looking forward to that down the road. Right?
Yes.
Right. Now, what else? Anything else you want to mention before we go?
No. Well, you had some other topics.
Yeah. Well, I do, but I didn't talk to you about this, but let's toss this little tidbit in.
Oh, here we go.
Here in about 2 weeks or so, we'll be announcing the location of the next Tiny House Adventures rendezvous.
Yes.
And what we're going to tell you right now, can I at least tell them the state it's going to be in?
We've already done that.
Have we done? Well, let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's say it again. The next rendezvous is going to be in Alabama, and it's going to be somewhere around mid-October.
Right.
That's all we're going to tell you for now. But within the next 2 weeks, we will be actually announcing it when we know we're just barely inside that 6-month window.
Reservation window.
So you can make a reservation, because it will be a Corps of Engineer campground. This campground is beautiful. We've been there before. It's going to be perfect for what we're wanting to do, and the weather should be awesome. We hope. But anyway, before we go, while we were at the rendezvous, well, let me back up a little bit. The year before, at the Florida rendezvous, February of the year before, what would that have been, 2022? Yes. We did a video on a real neat cargo trailer conversion owned by Brian and Bev, right?
Yes.
And this one was a farm industrial theme, is what it was. Mm-hmm. Now, he had a very unique rear awning because he utilized his rear ramp as a deck. And he had a very unique rear awning that folded out, a metal awning that folded out, and then when he was done with it, it would fold up nice and neatly on top of the trailer. We didn't show much about that awning, but a lot of people inquired, they sure wish they could have seen how that thing worked. So we shot a little clip while we were there.
Yes. Now
Here
you
we
know.
go.
Now you know.
And now you're going to see how this thing works. So we're going to sign off, but while we're signing off, we're going to say, watch this. It's coming up right here. But you know exactly what we're going to say.
Yep.
We're not camping.
We are living.
Enjoy the clip. All right, everybody, I'm standing here with Brian. Now, Brian's trailer, he was here at the rendezvous last year here at the Chutney Family Canoe and Cabins. And we did the walkthrough on the inside and everything, and we talked about the way your rear awning worked, but we never did demonstrate or didn't go into very much detail about it. And since then, we've had a lot of questions from a lot of folks on how this thing works. We're going to let you tell us how everything is put together, and then maybe do a small demonstration. Is that all right?
Okay. Yeah,
all right.
No problem.
So the floor is yours.
All right. Well, it's really just conduit, half-inch conduit that I tack welded together, and then corrugated metal screwed on top. But it's a bifold, and I'm fixing to show you that. Took a little figuring to do with the poles. You see how they're bent, but that's how they had to be to meet the ramp. So, and setting it up, we're going to do it backwards. I'm going to put it up, and then I'm going to put it back out.
Okay.
So usually I just get one pole. Need to take these off because they're not supposed to be there. sit there so it doesn't come all the way down. Lift this one up. Catch it. Get this one off. Ooh, slipping in my hand.
Wow.
Then I have brackets over here.
Let me get over here. Okay.
And this is a stud. I pull the brackets off the bolts. I pull it down, push it in, clamp it, and then I have a ratchet strap for backup.
Okay.
And you do the same thing on the other side, and that's it.
All right. So the ratchet strap for backup, it goes up and over the top.
Up and over to the other side.
Okay. All righty.
And then when I set it up, I take everything loose, ratchet strap, these. Back out. Sometimes it's a little hard to get them in the receiver, but that's it.
Wow. Just that fast.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a few minutes to bolt the
Sure.
poles to the side. But
Sure. So this this is in 2 different layers and it's hinged.
yeah, they're
Right
just,
there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Just got a screw and nut and a bolt right here.
Okay. And that's where the pivot point is right there,
Correct.
where that screw and that nut and bolt. And then of course the same thing over there.
Right.
And this secondary piece here, the last one overlaps. No, the other one overlaps it. Yeah. the
No,
first
this one comes in and sits on top.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Wow. So, you know, just taking a little bit of time to think about it and
Right,
some fabrication
right.
and everything.
And it's just metal on the side that screwed and drilled holes and put some retainers on the end of the conduit to keep it centered up. And I did have to put a piece of angle here so water didn't run.
Right. Right. So you put a piece of angle iron up there.
Yeah, it's actually aluminum, but
Okay.
and I have another one when this is folded up that's kind of like an air dam, keep air from getting up under it.
Okay.
But I don't think you really need it.
So how many trial and error times did it take before you finally got it perfected?
Wow. I did
You
it
don't
by
want to talk about
myself.
it?
No, it's 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple times I had to cut stuff loose and redo it and reposition it. It's like, this is not working. You know, you get it in your head and it looks like it'll work, but you physically do it, it doesn't work. And then I have had to reinforce them right here because
Yeah.
I had holes drilled through them.
Uh-huh.
And I just did that not long ago
Okay.
because one of them started to get a little weak.
So you're a welder, so you made your own
Yeah, well-
little pocket plates and things like that.
Right. That's another. They have the little pieces that you can fit conduit together, and I just cut them in half and tack weld them to that, a little plate, and drill it down.
I see.
Because the weight holds everything down, really.
Yeah. Well, that's really neat. I know a lot of people kept asking questions about that.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing them, so we'll try to shoot a video on that. So I know that those that were wondering will appreciate it. And we thank you for taking the time to show us
No problem.
how you do all
No
that.
problem. It's one of the things we like, but and I do have to put tarps up, block the sun. But
Yeah. And it's getting warm
yes,
today.
it is.
Yeah, this is Saturday the 25th.
Got to be in the mid 80s or close.
Yeah, it was supposed to hit 85 today, and I think it's there.
Yeah.
It feels like it to me. But anyway, what we'll do, folks, we'll go ahead and post a link to the original video so you can go back and look at that again. And then you can come back and look at this if you need to again. And maybe that'll give you all some ideas. Right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well,
right.
thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you, Bill.
Or Brian. I'm sorry,
That's
Brian.
all right.
Well,
You called
I have
me Brad a few times.
so many names. Yeah, I've done
I
that
know.
before.
You do
so
better
many
than I
names to
can.
remember. But and this is the biggest one we've had yet. Yeah.
Yes.
And let me ask you something. How are you enjoying it?
Oh, we enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Fantastic.
You know, there's people here that are known each other from last year, so we've hung out with them. That's why we hadn't always been around the group thing. We were visiting with somebody
that's
else.
all right. That's all right. We're just one big happy family, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, we'll be at the concert.
All right. Well, fabulous.
As long as the little one stays quiet.
Well, we won't worry about the little one, but anyway, you might wish you hadn't come to the concert. We'll just we'll see how it goes.
I enjoyed it last year.
Well, all righty. Well, we're gonna sign off for now, but you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say we're not camping.
We're living.
All righty. Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
All right.